Thanks for tuning in to Indian Trace. Unbelievable. I have to start off that way. Today, I do have some specific objectives for this box talk. I want to show you some things, or one thing that I found today, to get into context as we see this. This is one of my, what I call absolute smoker bins. This little compartment here that you're looking at. I mean, this little compartment, as I get distracted here in thought, has so many smoking nice points that I found. I put them in here, my greatest, around the 2-inch, little 1-inch to 2-inch range in here. Unbelievable stuff. Look at the relief on this piece of rhyolite. This piece, early piece from Notchville. The objectives that I have here, here's a white stone piece, when white stone was rebirthed. Great stuff. My objective is to show you, of course, first of all, these pieces constitute the inspiration for why I went to the area I went to in the basin, because I found these pieces there. We're going to take a look at these because these are great, but I found this today and this alone. Now, it wasn't real ready, but you know what this is by looking at it, and if you have educated eyes, you'll see what this is for sure. I think we have good light here this afternoon. Just want to do this quick. And as many hammerstones, as I pick this up, it has the telltale, and I don't know what that is, but in every single one of them, they've been doing something, and they got a dimple in there, and it's not a nutting stone. I'm going to tell you that, but there's a definite in all these hammerstones, because you can see they took some time to work that. They took time to work that right there, and the weight of it is absolutely stellar. Look at that. Look at that tool. And of course, they were doing some hitting there. I think this is an old break. Smoothed off on the edges. It's not from the plow. But if you felt it in your hand, you'd understand too. It was polish on the edges that the hand would be in, but look at this working edge. You want to know about hammerstones. Couldn't leave that out there. Of course, this one I am not keeping. It's so heavy though, I don't know how I'll get it on its way. It does have that dimple, if you can just see that, if I had the right light. It is clear though, when you mess around with this stone, that they all have them. Many do. I can't figure it out, but it's okay. That is what I found today. No complaints. Went out there real quick. Now I'm going to take 10 minutes or so and make this. I went out there because these are points, as well as other broken pieces that I found out there. Unbelievable. Now, if you didn't tune in, make sure that you find a good avenue to either re-listen to all of the very first press conference that our president-elect made today. I thought it was tasteful. He showed great leadership, humor, and responsibility to say the things and answer the questions the way he needed to, honestly, and in a straightforward manner. Look at these two pieces. Unbelievable. That's why, of course, I went to where I went to today. And, of course, I found these pieces there as well. These kind of pieces will make you keep going back to an area, won't they? Crazy. Just give you a little museum deal today, because I'm not finding a lot of new stuff right now. Look at these two pieces. Great stuff. If you're wondering what size these are, I guess it's fairly big. You can look at this. This is rhyolite you're looking at, this light green, and it's patinaed that way, of course. Original flint, dark army green. Great stuff. Great piece right here. I've never really found the piece that I'm putting down in my hand right now. Haven't found anything like that piece before. Here's a great piece from right there as well. Same land area. Just great artifacts. Now some people look at that, if they have that awesomely incredible flint that you have out west, and think it's a little crude, but these aren't. These are hard, stellar, resilient points, meant to go that way, not to mention how hard it is to work this kind of stuff. All right, enough of seeing that. Like I said, the first, as we go around here and just have a little box talk, look at these 2 points. The first press conference today with Trump went great. Just in review, he was asked about everything uh, and answered with professionality and with good humor and told those people in the media that are lying uh, that they were a disgrace, which they are, and it needs to be said from that kind of pulpit, if you will, from that kind of bully pulpit figure of speech. Uh, this is from the archaic right here. Unbelievably incredible point. It is ground off the back edge here. I wonder if I could show you that. Be worth seeing. Nice point, huh? Incredible. And anyway, worth seeing. So you can either go to my links, and I do want to explain today. That's what I wanted. I'm glad I didn't forget as we sail around here and look at some incredible pieces. Here's a great piece right here from the very far back of the plateau. Tell you what, no doubt about it, here in eastern North Carolina, quartz was valuable, and they learned how to work it. I mean, work it good. Not to mention their rhyolites. I mean, look at this piece. If you go through a box like this when you're trying to put a thought together, you just definitely get distracted. But that's okay. We got stuff down here that I feel is a little older. We've got all our core quartz stuff that you've seen before, but it's different today because we got different pieces up. 800 pieces in here. Chances are I'm going to pull out different things every time I have a box talk and need to discuss something. Here it is. I have a political interest folder on my YouTube channel here. Check it out. It is refreshed almost daily with, I think, vital political stories and links that are worth your time. And if you can keep up, they rotate. There's never more than 10 links there, 10 stories. This is some great stuff you're seeing right here. I can't get this in focus. Can you believe it? Found this at the jump off fairly recently. It's probably because it's got the white stellar quartz behind it. But there's never more than 10 strong stories on my political interest folder. It's a folder that I have here. You know, like favorites folder, that sort of thing. You guys might have discovered it already, but if you haven't, check it out. I put there or keep there stories that I feel are pertinent to life. I mean, really strong stuff. So if that's any persuasion, check it out. So what do we got to see here today? We could take a fly down this long bin. Look at this diagonal wise, if you can. Diagonal wise, these, of course, are the longest points I find in North Carolina, and they are the Guilfords. You're going to see Guilford rounds. You're going to see Guilford Yumas. Stellar stacks of them. What a frame they're going to make one day, right? And I know it's plain, it's simple, and I respect it completely. Some of you are frame happy, frame necessary people, and that's the truth. I admire it. I think it's great. And you can have a whole room, a whole bonus room devoted to this stuff. I can't, not right now. One day. And that's fantastic. I don't know how you defend it. You must have flat out Fort Knox or some great security, or I mean in terms of not being home. If I was home, listen, over my dead body, you're gonna have to walk straight through my 45 mag as well as some other things. Excuse me, my 45 auto. I got a 1911 45 auto. It's a great weapon. Great weapon. Mine is made by Springfield, and actually the gun that I got is made in Brazil. It's an excellent piece in gun black with Coca-Cola grips. Just fantastic weapon. It's among many, but it's just a great piece. I love it. It's my go-to. But that's when we're home, right? When we're not home, you guys with all those frames and everything, I don't know how on earth you must have some kind of security system. Now I'm looking down in this box here, trying to pique my curiosity because there's a lot of great stuff down in here, as you can see. But I'm thinking maybe I'll pull a piece out of there today and chat about it, where it came from, what's up with it. Not quite sure though. Now, I have a place called Stone Hill. Stonehill has put out some great points here and there, so I'm just going to take one that seemed to be real exceptional, big, that came from Stonehill. It was, if I can get my focus working, I can't. Let me focus it this way. Sorry, I hate it when my focus goes out like that. This came from Stonehill, of course, as I said. But this was a product of an iceberg. An iceberg fine. That is what I'm talking about, an iceberg fine, when you're just seeing the tip stick out like that. And you got grass and stones and everything else all around it, but it was a great pole. I do have it on film. This piece is unique. I don't find tips like this that often here in North Carolina. I might have found a dozen at the very most. I mean, there's 4 in the lineup there. As you can see, those 4 stellar have their own stories, my goodness. But that's it. That's it with thousands of others, everybody. Here's the point. See, I'm out of focus again. Mercy. Remember, I encourage everybody always to share anything you pull from the political interest folder. People have to know this stuff. If you know it already, great. It's a great review. If you don't, and you just agree, then you know people in your network. Share it. Look at the way this piece is made. Pass it on. Pass the information on. Pass the websites or the YouTube channel on. We have to have more responsibility in this thing we call freedom. And many of you that watch this channel can finish this sentence. And I ask my kids, I remember I used to teach history, and I used to always say to them, everybody finish this sentence. With great freedom comes. And the whole class would say, great responsibility. It's great when you can influence young minds to think the right way. Oh my God, we don't even want to talk about the errors. Nice point right there, huh? Of the young generation right now. And it's not their fault either. Bunch of bad politics and bad agenda for them. So as we finish up, look at this right here. This calendar year I found this, actually I found it in 2016, I'll just say it that way. One of the finest Marl Mountains I've ever found. One of the finest. Mercy, right? You know, I wish you could walk into a museum and handle them all and everything. If I was here, I'd put out a big blanket and a felt. You could pull any of these and check them out. It'd be fine. Couldn't buy them. Not for sale. Somebody put a shout out to me just the other day. You guys sell these? I said, no. These that you're looking at here on my box talks, they're not for sale. Even the most stellar ones, I've had some offers. I said, no, can't do it. They've already touched my heart, and that's about it. My time's ticking by. But again, I encourage all of you guys to share the political interest links. It's the time, it's the season, and I've never been impressed by God more. Look at that point, will you? My mercy. My hands are red from running today, trying to get back in. And with this shot right here, you'll see, if I can keep it still, my ring in Hebrew. It says, where you go, there will I follow. It's a great best friend ring from my wife. And listen, we have now a president-elect in Trump who actually supports the nation of Israel. You may think, oh, no big deal. It's a huge deal. What on earth did we ever have a president that supports terrorism and sickness within human beings like we've had? And I won't get going on that. You guys know how it is. Okay, I'm just about finished. Looking at points, banded rhyolite, sailing over some great stuff, looking at some stellar quartz right here. I'm trying to figure out a piece that I can land on, that I can finish today, looking at my time. Just incredible stuff that I'm finding and have found. And you get overwhelmed if you're looking at it all together. And so I guess the best bet is just to go ahead and show you this unique point here. Pulling some great bigger ones, but this is a nice point from a place that doesn't open too much, which is actually Notchville 3. It is rhyolite. Look at the top of it. I don't know the names of these points. It's not too important. They're ancient North American Indian artifacts. And a lot of you watch it and say one after another, right? Good stuff. So I think I said enough and shared enough. Now I put it in your hands to pass it on. I will do some work to get them out there. But other than that, Just wanted you to be able to catch up with a little Indian trace here. Stuff that you maybe not find too often or don't see too often. Appreciate you tuning into Indian Trace. And that right there, that's Indian Trace. I can't even get that. I'm not going to finish with that because I don't have the exposure that I want to. There we go. That right there. Let's try it again. That's Indian Trace. Appreciate you tuning in.